So it's finally time to get at the fuel pump in this Subaru and figure it out. However, I just walked over 5 seconds ago. You can see the fuel pump. That's the bottom of it. So this tire would have to come off. It's the easiest way to get to it. However, I was just here. This is the fuel tank. And I was kind of looking around and whatever. So I decided just bang on it. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds pretty empty to me. So out of curiosity, I walked over to my cab where this fuel gauge has worked flawlessly all last summer. I haven't tapped it or anything. And it still says I have almost half a tank. But I don't know, guys. It sounds empty. So always try the easiest thing first. I'll come over here. Pop this open. Hello. Woo. Sounds pretty echoey. Okay, let's see here. One-handed. There it goes. I only got maybe a gallon or two in here, gallon and a half. That's all she wrote. All right, fingers crossed. See if that fuel pump sounds any different. It sounded the same to me. Trying to get that fuel pump to run more. You have to wait. It's on some sort of time delay from when you turn the key off. So you have to wait like 30 seconds or whatever before it tries to reprime the next time you cycle the key. Wait again. Maybe that's been like 10 seconds. Yep. See if that fuel tank sounds any different. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. No, it definitely, I'd say it sounds a little more like there's liquid in it. Run that fuel pump a couple more times. I can't tell if it's getting any quieter. Pull this cover off and maybe grab another can of ether. We'll do our little trick of keeping it running, which will make the fuel pump run. Stick a bit in there. This can is empty. Very empty can. Yeah, I don't think it's pumping. Maybe that was wishful thinking. Okay, let's take the pump off. Overkill jack. Way too big. Oh yeah. Dun, 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 dun. This jack is too big for this truck. Alright, well that's also the tire that goes endlessly flat, so we'll bring that over to Dad's house later and get it fixed up. So, there's our fuel pump. I found the problem. I couldn't see that from any other angle. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's so strange. But so, is that on the feed side? Yeah, it is. So it comes through the filter from the tank and feeds in to the pump. Oh, that's insane. Why did they choose that? So that's not dry rock, guys. That's mice. Yep. Thought I was gonna get away with no mouse damage in this. I should have known better. You can't park anything in the woods in New Hampshire and not get mouse damage. It's just not gonna happen. But you know what? That's better than needing the expensive fuel pump. So, theoretically, I just need that little piece of hose and we'll be good to go. Let's get it off. You know, spring clamps. My arch nemesis after my trauma with the Jeep. But anyway, oops. Well, good, theoretically. Hopefully that's a simple fix. Well, okay. So now the question is, do I have a piece of hose like that, or am I making a run downtown? But, man, you can see the little teeth. This is probably actually a squirrel, not a mouse. Which explains why there's no nest in here. I did find a couple little seeds up on top of the engine. You can't see them from this angle. But, yeah. I'm wondering if this was mildly dry rotted or weeping slightly. Because, you know, this stuff's not ethanol rated. It's old. It's very brittle. And they were attracted to licking the gas, perhaps. It's amazing what rodents want to eat. All right, well, obviously the original was metric, but I had this piece of 5/16, and the inner diameter is about the same as a 9 mil. I think that's what it was, 9 mil. The spring clamps are about maxed out on the outer diameter, but it should work. If not, I'll take the spring clamps off and get some other ones. Let's give it a shot. I guess we'll just push it on. The clamp's going to be maxed out, like I said. It's a little too brittle for it. Oops. There it is. I felt it, actually, the nipple, so the clamp is doing something. Let's see if that'll draw fuel. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see the fuel line in here. There. So you see this fuel line, or fuel level. You might see some movement when I turn the key. Running out of battery, for sure. I don't know where you guys are, but from where I'm standing, the pump certainly sounds different. That fuel level hasn't changed, has it? All right, we're finally starting to run out of battery after this whole escapade. And the pump might be dry. So I'm gonna get some ether so I can run this engine, because once the alternator is making energy, the pump runs full time. So I want to do that before I kill the battery. All right, new can of ether. Big shot. Plenty of it. That doesn't make it wrong. See if I can set you guys down. I'll put you back on the fuel line so you can see if anything changes. Because really this line should be moving, and so far it hasn't. So you guys will watch for me. It might be locked up, so we need to figure out which one of these is our fuel line to see if we can't get it to bleed. Okay, I found it. So that, on the bottom, is the feed line to the filter, which draws through the filter to the pump. All right, so that confirmed that this middle line right here is the feed. I'm just gonna pop this spring clamp to make sure we're not vapor locked or something, and see if that pump will start to pump some fuel out of this line. It should. 29 years? Jeez. There it goes. Well, it's obviously bone dry. Maybe putting some air through that might help, or that would damage the diaphragm in the pump, wouldn't it? All right, let's start it up again. Fuel pump. Well, how are we going to get that pump to prime? Imagine we're going to have to go get some longer fuel hose and put like a funnel up here down to the pump. Okay, so pretty simple. I took a empty gear oil jug, some 5/16 fuel line, which goes right over the nipple of the gear oil jug. Put my 5/16 fuel line down onto the filter, and I've turned this upside down a couple of times now, and I'm getting fuel up there pouring down the hose because it doesn't have a clamp or anything. So we now know there's fuel in the pump physically. So we rip this line off because we don't want to run it dry again, and turn it over. Hopefully it'll pick up fuel from the filter after we rehook up that line. And I don't even care to start the truck at this point. I'm just going to turn the key a couple times and see if we get a good gush of fuel out of there. Good. So that alone should be enough to probably get this thing happy again. So we'll stick that back on. Let's bring up our spring clamp. Turn it again. Sounds pretty happy to me. Let's give it 10 seconds. We still have to fill the fuel bowls and the carb and everything. Cycle the pump again. Yeah, it's still doing something. Sounds like there's air. Cycle the pump again before I try and start it. I think it's around 10 seconds. Yep. All right, let's try and fire it up. There it goes. We got fuel. Come on, baby. Yes. She's a runner. All right. Put the air filter back up. All right, she sounds pretty good. Time to put the cover back on, and then we'll go fix that tire. Well, all right, the Subaru's done. It's working again. It was just a messed up hose from animals. That barn is a haven for animals. So we're gonna put it to good use here. I got some work to do out back, some more brush to haul, and before long, I think we're gonna take it on some trails. It's almost May, so we should be legally allowed to go hit some of the old roads around town. And I think it'll be fun to do it in that. Go nice and slow and just putt along, be low to the ground and whatever. Eventually, we'll do it in that and with Breeze Jeep, but I think that's what we'll do first with this now that it's all registered and on the road again. So, like always, guys, thanks for watching Highland Shire. I hope you like what you're seeing. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks.